What is up? It is Monday night, and you know what that means if you're following this Facebook channel or if you are following us on one of the many podcast providers out there. It's time for Dre's Geek Philosophy, the Monday edition, the September 23rd edition, the I'm turning 40 in 3 days edition. Oh my gosh, the big 4-0 for me.
Yes.
You got yourself an old man, wifey.
My old man.
Your old man. So this week, once again, I am joined by my lovely wife, Rosa Limon-Cervantes.
Hi.
And yeah, it was a very fun weekend for us. We had a fun weekend. Getting ready for our baby shower because we're gonna shower this little baby, our little one right here.
Our little dude.
Our little dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna shower him and stuff. And what we also did yesterday is we ended up watching the Emmys.
Yeah.
So it's a very TV focused episode this week on Dre's Geek Philosophy Podcast. Remember, you can always follow us on social media, and you can always give us a like on Instagram or a like on Facebook, and check out all of our various ways of following us and supporting us. Support the Patreon. So we watched the Emmys last night, and I think the biggest thing for me that came across from watching the Emmys was that I'm not watching a lot of what's popular anymore.
I know. Me neither. I realized, I was like, what show is that?
No, to be fair, some of the stuff that we watch was nominated and did do very.
Yeah.
It's like the stuff for example, the show you were obsessed with recently, Fosse Verdon.
Yeah.
Michelle Williams won for Best Actress in I guess that would have been limited series, right?
Yeah.
She did very well, so you were very happy about that.
Yeah, because it was only limited series because it wasn't like it was canceled.
No, it's just one of those series
like they played it.
Because sometimes some of these shows only need one season to tell their story. You know, like that one, that Bob Fosse, and what was her first name? Ruth
Verdon.
Ruth Verdon.
Verdon.
Yeah. They had a story. It's a very complete story. You can't just drag it out. There wasn't a narrative. That was a complete story about.
It was it was just a documentary. It was just like this
a docudrama.
Yeah.
It was based on true events.
Yeah.
So it's a show like that, or like a show that we both watched, Game of Thrones. I kept thinking the entire time when Game of Thrones won for Best Dramatic Series, and then
I know.
And then Tyrion Lannister for Peter Dinklage won for Best Supporting Actor. Yeah. I kept thinking like, oh wow, all these people mad because people were really mad about this last season. We were entertained. Yeah. It was fun. It gave us what we wanted. I guess I'm easy to please.
And are they only taking the one season? No, they're taking all of it.
Oh, well, for this award, no, it was just for the last season.
It's just for the last season?
Yeah, all this stuff is just for that season. No, that's how. I'm sure a lot of people will actually perceive that it was kind of a kind of like an amalgamation. Maybe the Emmy Academy might have been just here's a achievement award. Okay, this is for the 10 years of fun.
It was 10 years, wasn't it?
See, right here, Rolando Morales right here on Facebook Live says the Game of Thrones win for Best Drama was a Hollywood fuck you to the fans who complained about the dismal season. That's how I kind of felt about that.
Right.
And then, but again, to bring up the earlier point, a lot of the stuff that won, I haven't watched. I had, honestly, up until yesterday, I had never heard of Fleabag. Apparently, it's an Amazon/BBC show.
I would see ads for it, but I was just ads on the street, billboards and stuff. But the name is just don't judge a book by its cover, right?
Well, it's very the name is very off-putting.
It is. And I'm just
when I think of a flea bag, I think of a dirty cat or a dirty dog.
Yeah.
That has a lot of fleas. But...
I mean, I've called a person a flea bag before.
Yes.
Or a D-bag.
Or a D-bag.
But
yeah, that show cleaned
did you just
up.
point to the cat like I've called her a flea bag?
I mean, I was about to say, I'm assuming you called one of these two cats a flea bag at some point, but I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but... But yeah, it's like this show, it cleaned up. It won, for... Best comedy. It won Best Actress, Best freaking writing. The same lady kept going up there.
Yeah.
And it was actually kind of I thought it was kind of awesome because she explained in one. I don't know if it was when they won Best Overall Comedy. She explained how the show kind of just started off as a sketch at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is fun. It's this cool comedy festival that goes on in Edinburgh, Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Is Scotland or Ireland? I forget which one. It's in Edinburgh. I know that part. Ireland? I know. My favorite wrestler, Colt Cabana, goes there every year and does the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Colt Cabana. Yeah, Colt Cabana goes there and he does but like it started as a sketch there and somebody saw it there and they adapted it into a show on the BBC and then Amazon has picked it up and now they distribute it worldwide.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty sweet. Like at first I was like, okay, well we don't know the show, we've never seen it. But then when they won again and she went up, and she was just like, well, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, she was not expecting to win.
It was one of those like, oh, that's so sweet. You know, these actors, actresses, writers, like they were the person that does it all kind of person.
Yeah, they're not pretentious.
They fucking deserve that shit.
Right.
They work their asses off day and night, and it is hard to write.
Yeah.
I've tried it.
In her first speech, she says she hates writing, but then it was all like, I guess this is the reason why you write is to win one of these, and like because she won for writing, and then she won for best actress, and then she won for best show, best comedy.
Yeah.
I thought that was the very fascinating journey of the Emmys last night.
The one that surprised me was the director.
Oh.
Where
Chernobyl?
No.
The other director.
When he directed one episode of what was it? Shit.
Which one? You directed one episode of, was it the comedy or was it the...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't remember which one it was. But that one director, he was completely just flummoxed. He didn't expect to go up there at all. Like, I felt that was the case for everyone except Lorne Michaels.
Yeah.
I think everyone else was not expecting
but you know what
he's being Dr. Evil, so we have to let
but
everybody know that he's Dr.
said
Evil.
was so sweet,
yeah.
though.
Oh, yes, he was.
He talked about the episode where... You know,
the episode they submitted was the Adam Sandler one.
Yeah, the Adam Sandler one. Yeah, and where Chris Farley was, honored in that show, and I was just like, I loved that episode. That was
it was a good one. I mean, it was telling a story how like all those people who had been working on Saturday Night Live for 30, 40 years, they've seen everything, and they're crying during Adam Sandler's song for Chris Farley.
That show, not to say any other show isn't, but that show has been going for so long.
45 years.
They're a fucking family there. They're
like,
they've been through
an institution.
Ups and downs. Yeah.
It's gone back and forth in quality. A lot of people will chastise it for its lack of quality. As I guess, especially in the more recent years, it gets bashed heavily on the internet. I see many of the reviews, especially the Gawker website, like AV Club really takes it to task every week. But that was actually a very nice speech. I was expecting Lauren to be very Dr. Evil. I expected to be up here. We're the best variety show. But no, but he told that really sweet story that kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
But overall the show, and although the one thing I noticed...
Jason Bateman. Sorry.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Jason Bateman. I guess the first time he finally won an Emmy, and he won it for directing. It wasn't for his comedic acting.
Yeah, that's why it surprised me.
Because he lost in the dramatic category. I forget his name. The guy with the boomerang hat. The guy from Pose. I can't remember his name because I should have. I was gonna write down a bunch of names. And I just ran out of time.
Yeah, but we know the guy from Pose.
The guy from Pose, he won, and then it's funny because you kind of just see Jason Bateman's I'm never gonna win one, and then they did the directing one, and it's director Jason Bateman, and he's like, oh shit, and I keep hearing that. Oh yeah, see, Rolando says Ozarks is really good. I hear it's really dark, but it's really good.
Right.
It's that kind of funny but evil show.
Yeah.
Because he, from my understanding, from everything I heard about, he's a mob accountant and gets banished to the Ozarks from. He makes a screw up.
Right. Yeah.
He literally gets sent to the Ozarks.
Yeah. So they don't care.
And it's so he doesn't die, and he takes his whole family with him. It's just crazy. Yeah, that was a lot of those shows. I haven't watched a lot of them.
Yeah, I know.
I was a little disappointed. One show that we do watch that didn't get nominated was Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I was like, that didn't get nominated. It won the Emmy a few years ago.
But a show that we religiously watched because it was disgusting and crazy.
Oh, The Act.
Oh my god.
Yeah, The Act won. It won Best Supporting Actress. Rosanna Arquette went up there and gave that very impassioned speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were happy because that was the show that we actually did watch, and whoa.
Thoroughly. Through and through, and then we didn't even spoil it by researching.
Yeah, because as the show continually told us before and after, based on a true story. It's like, oh god, if you haven't seen it, it's a show that's on Hulu. A lot of the streaming networks who are really killing it on this. Amazon was winning a lot of comedy ones for Miss Maisel or Fleabag. Yeah. And then I guess on the dramatic side, it was mostly cable.
Right. Yeah, HBO.
HBO and whatnot. But it was pretty great. It's really it
was nice that Broad City also, because it's on Hulu. Mm-hmm. Broad City was also nominated.
Oh, Broad City was originally on Comedy Central.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, we got another comment. The laughter from the audience. Did you hear the laughter from the audience when the Kardashians made a comment how serious their show is? Yeah. I really just tuned out the Kardashians. As soon as they came out, we were both sitting there just like, don't care.
No.
I think we started talking about how we've never watched that show.
Yeah.
I think I've seen like 2 seconds of
their whole
whatever they were talking about or they were introducing. Yeah. I think because they hand out the award that RuPaul won? Wasn't that the one that they handed out?
Oh, I don't know.
I forget who.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe, but it was just like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
I couldn't. The Kardashians. Yeah, the one thing I noticed that I was talking about on the internet was that there was no host.
No. That was good.
They did a gag at the beginning of the show where like Homer Simpson was the host and then he got hit by a piano and then they had no host and like they kind of pulled an Oscars and just said screw it, no host.
I liked it. I feel like it.
I had an interesting flow to the show. 'Cause, like sometimes like the presenters wouldn't even come out like the announce lady would just announce the nominees and then the presenters would come out, drop one joke and then here's the winner.
Yeah.
There was a weird ebb and flow to the show.
Right.
I guess a lot of critics didn't like it, but I think it sped up the show. It didn't.
I think it sped it up for sure.
I didn't even realize that we were sitting there for 3 hours until I looked at the clock. I'm like, oh wow, it's been 3 hours.
Yeah. What and they brought out the team, whole crews of people.
Oh yeah, they did some tribute
shows.
They did tributes to the shows that ended. They did tribute to Game of Thrones. They did tribute to Veep. They did a tribute. Oh, I feel like there's another one that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. There was one more that they rolled everyone out for another tribute. I remember the Veep one because that one was really funny.
Yeah.
Because you had Julie Louis-Dreyfus really playing her Selena Meyer character to a T, and then Tony Hale just being hilarious, and then everyone saying "fuck you, Jonah," because that's what you do. You say "fuck you, Jonah," because he was like a terrible character on the show.
Yeah.
It's funny because even that show I've only seen a handful of whatever my old roommate Trent would be watching. He'd be watching it if I happened to be cooking in the kitchen or just be I'd sit and watch an episode and be thoroughly confused because I had no idea what the ongoing narrative. I'm like, is she the vice president right now? Is she the president?
Right.
Is she not the president anymore?
Right.
I don't know what's happening. I really should sit down and watch the show.
Right. Yeah.
That was really cool. And then the Game of Thrones little tribute. That was cool. I guess thankfully it was very much an industry crowd because people weren't shitting on them. Because I would expect if I was checking the internet during the show, I'm sure it would have been Twitter would have been oh, Game of Thrones. Oh. Why is it winning? I'm sure Twitter would have blazed.
It was just nice to see all of them also. Again, in a strange way, just them.
Just see them. It was nice. We were just going down the line. Oh, hey, look, it's Theon.
Jon Snow. You know nothing.
You know nothing, and seeing how much taller Gwendolyn Christie is than everybody else. She
towering.
Is a freaking mountain of a woman.
Amazing.
She is just and her outfit was like a costume. She looked she was
actually,
the goddess of freaking thunder.
I think it was. Well, it was a designer. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. And actually, the Pose guy, that was a custom Tom Ford.
Oh, really? Oh, you read about that this morning? Yeah, because when the guy from Pose won the award and you got the zoom in, this one over here, my wife was losing her mind because each of the little crystals.
Yeah, these Swarovski crystals.
Swarovski crystals.
They were just beaming so beautifully, and I couldn't help myself because I'm just like that. I just
you were overwhelmed.
Sparkly things.
You were overwhelmed, and you're like, that shit must have taken forever to make.
And did you see his platform?
Because
fuck, he was wearing
the seamstress in my life.
That was amazing. I was this guy is killing it.
I mean, well, I guess I forget what he was the first gay black man to win the the acting Emmy.
I think so.
Because clearly RuPaul has won a lot of Emmys. So.
Right, yeah, for TV, yeah.
But yeah, he was the first one to win, I guess, one of those, not a reality show, but a lead male. And that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Because he was up against like a lot of I forget who I was expecting to or I wanted Bob Odenkirk. Like one of the shows I do watch, Better Call Saul, didn't win a single award unless it won some creative awards last weekend. Because now they do that now. They give away all the technical or creative awards.
A week before, yeah.
A week before.
Yeah. Well, like Sesame Street won.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sesame Street.
Yeah, they won last week, yeah.
Technically, it's an HBO.
Right? I know, yeah. But still, I don't know. So it's not PBS anymore?
It's still also on, HBO has it available on PBS, but it's on both.
Okay.
Like they're funding it so it stays on PBS.
Okay.
But it's also available for you HBO subscribers.
It's like when you, what was the show? When You Wish Upon a Pickle? I think that was the episode.
Oh, really? Is that the little one?
Yeah. It was so cute. I watched a little bit of today.
Oh, good. Yeah. Because we have the HBO little app, so you can watch it whenever you want.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so cute. Yeah, I was like, oh, Sesame Street. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple.
See, I didn't know that song. She got on me yesterday for not knowing that song. I was like, I don't know that song.
All right. If you don't know the colors of the rainbow.
I'm going to have to. Well, I don't know what order I'm supposed to say them. I don't
well,
remember.
how do you not say them in order? Because that's what a rainbow is. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Well, anyway, that's what the characters' colors are because they're...
Yeah, and that's something I didn't realize until my wife pointed out yesterday.
Yeah,
They're like,
the design of the show.
Like,
Jim Henson
it's a rainbow.
Yeah.
Like Bert and Ernie. I was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, they're, orange and yellow, and then Grover is blue, and Elmo's red, and the Oscar is green, and the Count's purple.
And blue? Yeah.
I said Grover's blue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Wong's happy to see that the wife is back on the program.
Yay.
Like Rosa is back. Yep. I think you'll be filling in the most over
Probably
the next few months.
Yeah.
The easiest person for me to grab is the lady I live with.
Yes.
And then
I'm like your fall season co-host.
The fall season co-host.
Fall season co-host.
And then once the baby pops out, then you're gonna be busy with our child.
Yeah. Then you'll need a winter season co-host.
Then I'll definitely be maybe summoning Giles.
Yeah. Get Jai to get over here.
Or I'll reach out to all the various people on Facebook who said they would be willing to, but. A lot of people are willing to co-host, but once you sit in front of the camera, it's totally different. So.
Yeah.
I always think back the first time I did this live. I think my heart was going 15 million miles per hour.
You were probably talking 15 million miles per hour.
I probably was. If you go back and watch episode 1, I was probably just going a mile a minute.
So let's rewind. Okay, so what did you think of the commercial?
Oh,
the preview
for Breaking. Oh, so Breaking Bad. Yes, last night they showed the first trailer for El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. We're going back to Albuquerque. I thought it was very interesting. As I love the way Vince Gilligan writes. He everything that is done in that show is pretty logical. I'll never say it's realistic, but it's pretty logical. Everything happens for a reason. There is no dangling plot points. So right. I guess the true only dangling plot point that came from the end of Breaking Bad. Okay, Jesse Pinkman. He left. He escaped. Walt sacrificed himself so Jesse could live.
Right.
And now, like, that trailer that came out last night, it's like, it's Jesse listening to, like, the police band, and he can hear, like, and then it's kind of recapping the events of the final episode, right. And then they think he's a suspect in all this killing that happened. And now I'm assuming that is going to be the main plot point of this movie is we don't realize, I guess the events of that, we think, Jesse gets away and has a happy ending. Oh, no. Vince Gilligan, like I was reading an interview that he did with the Hollywood Reporter, where like they're trying not to reveal any spoilers because they're still keeping they have kept this thing so under wraps.
Yeah.
It was not revealed until I think Bob Odenkirk let it slip in an interview like a month ago, and then like they put a press release like the day after, like a movie has been filmed over the course of this summer. They did it in complete secrecy.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. They flew in the actors that they don't want to spoil. They were literally flying them in on private jets and keeping them hidden. Everyone had to like sign NDAs for the on pain of death. I'm sure it was like, no, if you reveal anything, that's what we're doing. Like a month ago, all of a sudden, hey, there's a movie coming out. Comes out the second week of October of this year. Surprise, motherfuckers. Like, I'm disappointed in myself because I should have seen this coming. Because that show I was mentioning, Better Call Saul, it's been on this weird hiatus. Like, we haven't had a season for a long time, and I'm like, that's very odd. I'm like, what happened to the next season of Better Call Saul? Why haven't I seen any trailers? I've been very concerned. I'm like, who am I going to steal AMC from so I can watch Better Call Saul? And no, it's been gone, but it's been gone for a reason.
Yeah.
They've been shooting this damn secret movie, which
can't
comes
be
out.
2 places at once. So.
This is true. This is. I mean, Vince. It's the same guy has been stewarding this. You know, how all the seasons of Breaking Bad and then into Better Call Saul. Vince Gilligan and his team. They have this this core team that's been working on this show. And so I've made this statement on this show many times before. Like, I think Better Call Saul might even be a better show than Breaking Bad because the time that they've spent with the material, they've only gotten better at telling these stories.
Right.
Like the Better Call Saul does more with less. There's a lot less dialogue. Everything kind of unfolds. I used to get mad at my roommate because like when he'd be watching Better Call Saul, he'd be like on his laptop or on his phone. I'm like, no, like Better Call Saul was like a show. Bless you. Better Call Saul was a show that you had to pay attention to everything that was going on. If people weren't speaking, they were speaking with their actions and their movements, or even just their eyes. It's so well acted and directed, and just like it's just this amazing show. It's like Better Call Saul might be better than Breaking Bad at the end of the day. But then now,
I wonder if some people feel like it's just like that. Like to them, Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad.
I am I am one of those people. I am that person who will go and say that at the end of the day. Like just because they've gotten so good, they've inhabited this world for so long, and it's great because a lot of the characters who are dead in Breaking, they can bring them back in Better Call Saul because it's a prequel show.
Right.
And so like these actors get to come back and be these characters. And it's funny because they're a lot more subtle about their character now because it's not as bombastic as the characters were in the original Breaking Bad because that's like further along. You get to see kind of like everything manifest. You see the world building, but in and of itself, something I've said before on this show, it's like even if you've never watched an episode of Breaking Bad, you can still enjoy Better Call Saul for what it is. There's a lot of stuff that'll enhance it, much like you are very excited for the Downton Abbey movie. That just came out this past weekend. It was the #1 movie in theaters. You and your mom have watched every episode of Downton Abbey, I am sure. Yeah. And then like I have not seen a single episode of Downton Abbey. Not just
another religiously watched show.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it'd be the same thing where like I feel that this Downton Abbey movie, I'm sure I would enjoy it. I feel it's probably a very good movie if I go to watch it, but you watching it with your entire history of watching the show, there's going to be so much more depth and so much little bonuses of what you would get out of it. That's how I feel about Better Call Saul. Like I get all these bonuses of like, oh look at that, oh, that's so cool, and I'm a big nerd about that kind of stuff. So that's a great little point or comparison point. So that's how I feel about Better Call Saul. The way you probably feel about the Downton Abbey movie or this movie coming out. Just like Deadwood. Yeah, see, Deadwood, that's another show I never got around to watching. Like I remember seeing the box sets come in when the second time around I worked at GameStop. I see these giant Deadwood's it's an HBO cowboy show. It's the Olympiant and Ian McShane, and then they just did a Deadwood movie that just kind of put a button on everything because they canceled the show because it was way too expensive.
Wasn't that like Westworld also?
No, Westworld's that's a whole other thing. But Deadwood, this was 14 years ago. This was my second time working at GameStop, so that was like 2004, 2005. So that was like a while back. And then they brought it back, and they did Deadwood. They did a Deadwood movie this past summer. Right. And right there, that's what Rolando was saying. Like, if you watch Deadwood, oh, this movie's freaking awesome. You haven't watched Deadwood, all right, this movie's pretty cool, but I don't get it.
But you were saying like the production costs were so high
that they canceled the show after 2 seasons because it cost too much. Much like I'm sure they might be running that same problem with Westworld, because I'm sure that's expensive too. And Rolando, he got the DVDs at GameStop. Because we could score. I mean, back with the old Gestapo days, people would trade in that stuff, and we could pick it up for way cheaper than what DVD prices were back in the old early 2000s when if you wanted a season of a TV show, it was like $50 to $60. Especially those HBO ones would get up there. They'd be like $70, $80 if you bought them brand new. Right. At the store. Nowadays, you just pay $10 a month and you stream it all. But modern technology. How wonderful.
Speaking of, you're going to be getting the Disney...
What?
The
Disney Plus. Oh, yeah. That was another thing. I think... Oh, I love you, wife. That was another thing I wanted to mention about last night's telecast. Is like a lot of the commercials were all the freaking... It's the streaming wars. The streaming wars were taking place last night because you saw commercials for... You saw this one long commercial for Disney Plus. And and it's funny because then you saw something in that Disney Plus that grabbed you because you're kind of like about Disney, but you saw National Geographic, so you're like, I love animals, give me animals. So you're like, we're getting this, right? We're getting this. I want to watch National Geographic. I can get the app on my phone. How do we watch it?
You kind of caught that where I'm like, okay, you're gonna buy it, and then I'm gonna have it on my phone also.
I'm gonna pay for it, but then we're gonna put the app on your phone. That way we can shoot it onto my Samsung from your Galaxy to my Samsung TV. Then you can happily watch your National Geographic, and I can occasionally sneak in and watch my Disney Afternoon.
Yeah. I wish we were sponsored by Samsung or something because like honestly, I do love being able to shoot just straight from my phone.
That's how we watch HBO.
Onto TV.
She has the HBO Go or HBO Now.
We can watch Hulu.
She has the HBO
app,
and she just shoots it there. That's how we watch. We've been watching all this stuff.
Everything, yeah.
We put the W Network on your phone so I can watch my wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I can't do it from my iPhone to my Samsung without some sort of nonsense or bullshit. I'm sure I have to buy a thing.
Do you have to have like an iTV or?
Yeah, Apple TV. An Apple TV would make it easier, but I'm not gonna go pay $100 for that, and then we would need Wi-Fi, which
no,
we don't have here.
No,
because we live in 2000. We live in the year 2000 here.
Well, we're never home. So
well, I know. I understand why we don't have Wi-Fi, honey. I get it.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure everybody, or I mean, at least like 90% of this country has fucking Wi-Fi at
You're right.
their house.
That's what I'm saying. That's like thinking of 2000. It wasn't as prevalent back then.
Yeah.
I came from a house where we were not allowed to have the internet until I forced my mom to install it when I got the job at Nintendo in 2005.
Right, yeah.
I lived in a house without the internet, period, until 2005.
Yeah, my brother was already a tech, early lover of computers, so... his Frankenstein computer, putting it all together, we definitely had the internet.
That kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
But now with the internet, with all those stuff. So, last night, all those, I'm sure it probably threw you off as much as it threw me off every time that we saw a commercial for those Apple series. Because, all of a sudden, you see Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon in a morning show thing. I'm like, what is this?
I would love to see that, but are we?
I don't know if I'm going to fork over for Apple Plus or whatever it's called. Yeah, everything's Plus now. It's like HBO Plus is going to be the new HBO thing that's going to come out later this year. Disney Plus. Freaking, and then now there's Apple Plus. I don't know, I think it's like $5-6 a month. But what else are they going to have behind besides these weird, crazy shows? I don't know. They kept showing commercials for that.
Yeah. For
all those different, these weird shows. What is this show? And at the end, Apple Plus. Only on Apple devices. Blah, blah, blah. Apple TV and Apple TV app.
It bothers me that there's so much content on all of these streaming platforms. But we can't get kids' cartoons on Saturday morning on regular fucking networks. Mm-hmm. It's disgusting. I wish we could. I wish we could just want to put on cartoons when I turn the TV on.
I know, we're going to have a child. But not
have to have fucking cable, and...
We're going to have this little kid here. Yeah. We're going to have a child, or a baby, inside my wonderful wife's belly right here. I want to throw on some cartoons, but we're going to have to,
Yeah.
We can't just turn on the TV.
We have to turn on a phone, and then we have to turn on
shoot
the TV.
There, and put it on there. And
it's annoying.
With the YouTube, some Betty Boop or whatever.
Yeah. Or throw on the VHS. Because we still...
Or break out the VHS or the DVDs. I still have a bunch of DVDs.
Yeah.
I still have a bunch of... You have a bunch of VHS tapes.
Uh-huh.
This baby's going to live in an analog world.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to... Hey, options. It's called options.
Dre's Geek Philosophy Plus. Hey! Well played. I had to lean in to see that one. That was pretty funny. Yeah, no Wi-Fi. Super cord cutter. Yes.
Yeah.
Moving in here with my wife. I literally cut the cord completely.
Yeah.
Not just cutting the cord on... back when I had DirecTV, I cut the cord completely to not having... The only internet I have is whatever I can do on my phone.
How has your life changed since doing that?
You know what? It's not a negative. I should say. It's not negative, because I can still, like, we can throw stuff on. I mean,
yeah.
I just don't consume as much media as I used to.
Yeah.
I dare say I freaking produce more media than I watch now.
That's a good thing, because you always wanted to produce more
I do want to
media
produce
than actually.
And then Kiet, soon the cording of a different cord. Yes, soon.
Yep.
Sometime in mid-January,
yeah.
ideally.
Yeah.
We'll have a third member of the Dre's game. We'll have to have a little luchador mask.
Yeah.
Because Mama is here. Yeah, we will not be the parents that are going to put photos of our kids on the internet.
No.
Mama here has made the executive decision. Our child is not going to be an internet child until he can, like, do it himself, I guess.
Yeah.
Until he's his own little person, then he can decide if he wants to put himself on the internet.
Yep.
So if you want to see the kid, just come on and visit us physically.
You have to actually visit us to see the kid.
Want to see the kid? Physically come see us to see our wonderful little child. Our wee little lad, our little dude.
We're gonna put like black blocks across his eyes and like luchador mask.
Edward says make the kid watch documentaries.
Of course.
I don't think we're gonna have to make them. I'm sure Mother will encourage him.
Yeah. We don't have to make. Yeah. Yep.
It'll be very easy. I'm sure Mama will watch a lot of nature documentaries.
That Nat Geo documentary.
Nat Geo, yeah. all kinds of Nat Geo stuff.
Yeah.
and then the little guy and I will watch DuckTales. Then I'm going to teach him all the songs. Yeah. He's going to know the DuckTales song. He's going to know the Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Ranger song. He's going to know the Darkwing Duck song. And then Tailspin, there isn't much of a song to that one because that's all. Spin it. Yeah, I there's a part at the end. Like spin it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. Yeah, this past weekend, I noticed on the PlayStation Network, they have the Disney Afternoon Collection. They had taken, because back in the original NES, Disney worked with a video game company called Capcom, and they created a whole bunch of Disney games. They just like were cranking out Disney games,
right? And
they pretty much put all the Disney Afternoon cartoons. They just made a game out of each of them. Like, it was like, I noticed last night when I actually finally got to play it. I was like, oh, Darkwing Duck is basically Mega Man with a cape. I'm like, that was a weird revelation. Huh. Yeah, the new DuckTales series. Yes, I watched all of season 1 of the new DuckTales. It's really good. I think you would really enjoy it. It's actually rather clever and smart and fun.
Right.
And I think I showed you the clip of Don Cheadle as the voice of Donald Duck.
Oh, right. I know, when we get time.
Yeah, when we get time, we'll figure it out. So, yeah, I actually got to... I haven't even fired up the original DuckTales yet, because I know that's probably the best game of all of those. Last night I played some Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers. Oh, my... That's one of the first games I beat on the original Nintendo. That game, I remember me and a cousin come over, because you can play together as Chip and Dale.
Right.
And you pick up boxes and you throw them at things, and you eventually go and beat up Fat Cat at the very end. And I was playing it last night, and like it was all coming back to me. I'm like, oh my god, wait, if the enemy comes at me, I'm holding the box. Just go inside the box, bro. Yeah, season 2 just finished. I'll get on that in November, whenever Disney Plus starts. I'll watch the rest of DuckTales on Disney Plus. Something else. Oh my god, and you saw me react last night during the Disney Plus commercial. Like when they showed a piece of Tron Legacy in there. Oh, how dare they come after my heart.
For 0.2
seconds. I was like, Tron.
Yeah.
And I looked up on the list, and so there was this awesome. I know Kia will probably know about this. I feel like we talked about it back when it was on the air. There was this animated Tron show called Tron Uprising. It was all computer generated, looked freaking amazing.
Of course, yeah.
And then they have that whole because they only did one season, bastards. Right. And I'm like, maybe they'll do a revival. I don't know. I can pray. I can get in line with every other nerd and pray for whatever they want to show up eventually on Disney Plus. Like the Tron Uprising. It was never released on Blu-ray. I kept checking the year I worked at Disney.
Right.
I kept checking. Hey, when is this coming out on Blu-ray? Does anyone know? Who do I talk to?
Right.
Because I worked in the home entertainment department. I'm like, who do I have to kill to get Tron Uprising on a Blu-ray or even a DVD? I'll take a DVD. I'd prefer on Blu-ray, but I'll take a DVD. And no, it was like I saw it on the release list and it just kept moving back, and then disappeared. Yeah. My God, damn it! Yeah, starring Elijah Wood. He played the young. I forget what the kid's name. He played this young revolutionary kid who was inspired by Tron, and then Tron, they eventually met Tron.
Right.
He was hurt from his final battle.
Right.
He was still alive. He was damaged. He was teaching
so,
kids
yeah,
to be the new Tron.
Definitely getting that Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus. I will happily rewatch Tron Uprising. It was like Beck. All right, Beck was his name. That's right, Beck. Yeah, Tron Uprising. It was this awesome show. They're trying to capitalize because when that Tron Legacy movie had come out, it did pretty well.
Yeah.
They took over a piece of Disney's California Adventure. They had this thing called Electronica, where they had an 80s arcade full of old arcade comes. You can get Flynn's arcade tokens, and they had, and then the whole Hollywood area was covered in all this Tron stuff. That's why I have those Tron sweaters.
Yeah,
I bought it during that time, and it's funny because it was only supposed to be there for 3 months. They kept it there for a year and a half because it was bringing so many people in.
That's awesome.
And then it was like, oh cool, and then they did that Tron Uprising cartoon. I'm like, all right, Tron is back. I was very happy. And then what I think is an unrelated note, that the movie Tomorrowland starring George Clooney. There was this movie called Tomorrowland, starring George Clooney, and Hugh Laurie was in that movie as well. And that movie bombed at the box office. And for whatever reason, the people in charge at Disney said, well, science fiction doesn't work anymore. Cancel everything science fiction.
Horrible.
Tron Legacy is just a Daft Punk album. How dare you, Edward? How dare you, sir? It's not just a Daft Punk. It's also a Daft Punk album. It's an amazing album, which I have that CD. It's not on my iPod, so I can't listen to it in my current car, which is frustrating because it's such an awesome soundtrack. But yes, for whatever reason, because that one science fiction movie failed, Disney is like, no more science fiction movies, and they just canceled everything because they were writing a third, because the way they ended the Tron Legacy movie was like, oh cool, he brought a program out into the real world. Oh my god, and that was going to lead into like, what chaos is that going to cause? Yeah. That the programs can leave the computer and get into the real world where humans can go into the program, but they can go back the other way. Right. And but then nope, canceled the third one, and then the director was very, they were on their way, but for whatever reason, because only remakes will make money, so that's why we have Blue, Will Smith, and Beyonce as Nala, and all this stuff going on. And that's why every 3 months it says, hey, here's another remake. Yeah, Disney Plus.
Of Little Mermaid.
Yeah, another Little Mermaid, and Lady and the Tramp on Disney Plus, a live action Lady and the Tramp. And this is like, nope, only remake. Let's go back to the old stuff. None of the science fiction stuff works. Nope.
But maybe also they're figuring that the people who love those movies as kids,
well, of course, it's more guaranteed.
Are now older and have money
it's a sure
to
bet.
Spend. Yeah.
But my argument with Tomorrowland is that they totally marketed that movie incorrectly. Because that movie, they kept saying, oh, this is a kid's movie. Like, no, that movie was dark as fuck. That was a dark, dark movie. It was not for children. That was for adults, and they fucked up their marketing. Their marketing made it seem like, Yeah, John Carter also didn't help. Yeah, John Carter, that was like science fiction, and also a comic book movie.
What about The Never-Ending Story? Did you think The Never-Ending Story was a dark movie?
I haven't watched it since I didn't have facial hair. It's been a long time since I remember they would show it on Channel 13 here in Los Angeles all the time.
What about The Dark Crystal?
You know what? I've never seen The Dark Crystal.
Oh, damn it! How could I ask you about two things you haven't watched?
I mean, I've seen the Never-Ending Story. I know people are super excited for that Dark Crystal Netflix series that's coming out. Yeah. But I've never seen The Dark Crystal. Just
I'm excited about Disenchantment.
I've never seen Bowie in Labyrinth.
You never saw Labyrinth either?
No. I've seen The Secret of Nymph. I watched the first Time Before Time. That was a sad movie.
We're going to have to do another, 365 movies you need to watch.
Am I going to have to do another movie challenge? Because I'm pretty sure there are another 365 movies.
You should have, a sign-up list so people can give you movies to watch.
I kind of did that last time, but people kept giving me movies I had seen. But, Stranger Things Season 3 made me want to rewatch Never-Ending Story. That damn song stuck in my head. Yes, because
Yeah. See? Yeah, that's right. Dark Crystal is
Dark Crystal's already out on Netflix. Mm-hmm. See, that's how far behind I am on things. I'm always behind.
Yeah, because I'm watching Netflix. Well, Netflix. Speaking of,
that is so one of the shows that was not on the Emmys, but we have been obsessed with. There's a show on Netflix that my wife. Oh, I love that you stumbled upon this show and you showed it to me. There's this show on Netflix. It's a Canadian show called Workin Moms.
Workin Moms.
With an apostrophe. Workin, apostrophe, Moms.
Mm-hmm.
And friends, especially those of you who are parents like a Daniel Wong. I mean, you don't have to be a parent to enjoy the show.
No.
But man, this show is savage.
It is.
This show does not fuck around. Rosa here, you were concerned that I wasn't going to like it.
Yeah.
And I'm all in on this show. There are characters that I hate. I hate some of the characters. I'm invested so much that I hate characters on the show. They're the main character's mom. I hate the main character's mom a lot. I mean, I'm not going to say she reminds me of my mom.
No, don't say that.
But I'm not going to say that.
So don't say that.
I'm not saying that.
Okay, so then what's the next sentence after that?
But she does! So I hear her speak, and it's just my mom with a French-Canadian accent. Instead of a Spanish accent. She'll never watch this. She doesn't know the internet. She only listens to music on YouTube. All right, that's all she knows about the internet. Someday she'll stumble upon it. Someday her grandson will show, Grandma, look at Dada on the TV. And then, of course, it'll be the one moment where I'm talking smack about my mom, where my grandson will show his grandmother. And the only sad movie I think of was Your Name, mainly because of the ending and the plot. Oh, it's an anime movie. Oh, okay. But this show, Workin Moms, I recommend it to, especially all of you who are parents, but you don't have to be a parent to enjoy the show, but man, this show, it's really well written. That's one thing I fucking love. It's a smart show. It's like smart on the level of like 30 Rock. I haven't watched a show this smart and funny since 30 Rock, because 30 Rock was just killing me, like
so
joke
well
a minute,
written.
So well written, and like they don't waste any, like there's no words wasted.
No.
And the other weird thing about this show that I wanted to make a point of, they kind of withhold information until it's important. And sometimes like it's important to the plot, or it's important plot revelations. They don't tell you certain things. Like I didn't even know what Canadian city they were. I didn't even know they were in Canada for a while. They're trying to figure out. I'm like, okay, I kind of narrowed it. Okay, they're in Toronto. It took a while. Yeah. They kind of they only give you they kind of spoon feed you the information. They drip feed the information. But there's so much going on. Like you're following the story of these 4 different moms.
The only thing that gave it away early, for me, that it was not here in the U.S.
was the 9 months of maternity leave.
The fact that they were like, you've been gone for 8 months, or like you've been gone for 9 months. And to me, I was thinking, wait,
9 months maternity leave? This isn't America.
That's not the U.S. You only get like 3 months if you're lucky to get maternity leave, and that's nothing. So I was thinking like, they can't be in the U.S. Where are they?
They're in Canada.
Yeah.
Once they start talking about going all the way, this job's gonna take you to Quebec.
Montreal.
Montreal. It's like, and it's like, they're in Canada. I'm like, look at their healthcare system working very efficiently. I'm like, yep, they're in Canada. Damn. But it's so cleverly written. I mean, they don't fuck around. They swear. They do. Yeah, that's another thing where I'm like, they showed this show on CBC, Canadian Broadcast Company. Yeah. But I wasn't sure if it was a Netflix show. It's a Canadian show. It was they show it in Canada, and then they just license it to Netflix to show it in the rest of the free world. Yeah. And I was just so thrown off. The first episode, you just see like 3 of the moms miserably breastfeeding. Yeah. Like, the misery of their breastfeeding. Yeah.
It shows you the mom side, it shows you the dad side, it shows the kids, it shows the babysitters.
It's this crazy
and all the people that surround them, you know.
Yeah. And I was telling my boss about it, but he said his wife had already his wife was already on top of it. Awesome. But they watched a couple episodes. I don't know, watch more. Go back and watch for the rest of it. It's really, I recommend it. We've been watching it like every night. We've just been like watch 2 to 3 episodes every night. Like we'll just watch 1 episode, and like 3 episodes later, like, oh shit, we need to go to bed.
But they're only like 20 minutes, so you can't not watch.
Yeah, I can't not watch
episodes.
It. It's a half an hour. Because it was broadcast on TV, so it's a 22-minute show. With 8 minutes of commercials. You just get the 22 minutes.
Basically,
on Netflix.
It's like 3 episodes.
Like about an hour.
3 episodes Canadian equals 1 episode US. Right?
Well played, honey. See, this is why I married her. The jokes. Canadian shows.
The ratio.
Canadian ratio. Canadian
the
dollars.
You get it.
Canadian dollars. Canadian show time. So yeah, 3 Canadian episodes equal 1 HBO show.
Yes.
1 American HBO show.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I recommend that show wholeheartedly. But it's been really good.
If
you want to watch something,
like
not safe for the kids. I mean, definitely not safe for the family to watch.
I think
teens can watch it.
Yeah.
There is a considerable amount of fucking.
Teens, if their parents haven't given them the talk,
if they haven't given them the talk,
by the time they're in high school,
I mean,
you got to know that you can get people pregnant, or you can get pregnant.
Some of my friends here have small children.
Okay, but that's small children. I said high school.
High school, right? Teens.
By the time you're in high school,
if
there is consequences to actions.
Yes.
And that's.
There's some of the characters are just like
very well said in that movie.
Cold-blooded.
Show.
Oh, like one character, like Anne, the main character's best friend, is just like I should be horrified some of the stuff she does, but I am like laughing out loud.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff she does and says, the stuff she says to her 9-year-old daughter, like what?
She's vicious, man.
It's. I like to think something. This is very realistic. They're all fucked up humans.
Yeah.
There's none of them are perfect or idealistic.
Like the show kind of teaches me to. I mean, not that I judge anybody on their parenting, but it opens my eyes to the
reality of like we're gonna become parents.
Of the difference in parenting.
Yeah, you could see how everyone, all these different moms are doing it differently.
And dads, yeah.
They start to focus on one of the dads later on.
Yeah.
They kind of swap out one of the moms for the dad.
Yeah.
It's like
that was a good move on the writing.
Yeah.
Part. It really was, because it wasn't just about working moms.
Uh-huh.
It was like working moms and a half.
Yeah.
Or like working moms plus one dad.
Yeah. One of the other characters I didn't like. They kind of phased her out of the show and then put her husband in to replace her, and it's like, all right, cool. Yeah, I keep calling him Canadian Chris Pratt. It's like you look at him, we're like, that's Canadian Chris Pratt. Like, what the hell? It's like this guy is just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, when did Canada clone Chris Pratt?
Yeah, they did.
They cloned him.
It's a Canadian version of Chris Pratt.
That's all I kept saying every time I see him. And he just talks, and then all the stuff that he does, like in the last episode, he's like in the pharmacy, he's like being stupid, and he's like, woo!
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like I'm watching Parks and Rec Andy Dwyer. I'm like, but he's a moron with a beautiful daughter.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Really well written.
All right, but one more thing that you wanted me to cover before we go away here. So now, Rosa has made it no secret that she's not a gamer. You're not a gamer, but we had a conversation. Because last last Wednesday or last I forgot what day it was. Last Thursday was a National Cheeseburger Day. I forgot what day it was.
Yeah.
We went out, we got cheeseburgers, because that's what you do. The news told us it was National Cheeseburger Day, so far be it from us to not celebrate a cheeseburger day. And we were in line at In-N-Out, and the In-N-Out right here locally. Of course, most In-N-Outs, if you're not from Southern California, take forever. Because it's really good. And you out of the blue just asked me, whatever happened to the Wii? Like, Rosa, you played games was during the Wii era.
Yeah. I really liked Wii. It was active, and I think that's why I like that. I like the Wii, and I don't necessarily gravitate toward regular video games.
Yeah, regular normal video games of shoot, bang, bang, stomp, stomp.
I'm more up and jump, and I have more ADHD.
But you're more like, and that started me off talking about a casual gamer, because the Wii was very successful with non-gamers or casual gamers.
Right. And
then I explained it, and she's like, oh, why don't they make any more Wii games? I'm like, well, the only Wii game they make right now is Just Dance. But like the Wii has been kind of just abandoned. Like they don't
hear about it anymore.
You don't hear about it because the Wii was super successful, and then they did the Wii U, which is a complete and utter disaster. And then currently they have the old Nintendo Switch. And then I was like, oh, I have a game that you would probably be interested.
Yeah.
It's a game that we played here on the show, way back when. 1-2 Switch, the Switch version of Wii Sports. Because you talk about how you loved Wii Sports. You love playing the tennis.
Yeah.
You love playing bowling, the boxing, baseball. And so like, oh wait, they do have. I bought that game because I worked for Nintendo for 7 years. So take a drink, everybody. And I did enjoy those games. I used to take the Wii around. So like, hey, we have the game, and you're like, oh, but you don't have the remotes. And I explained to my wife that the little controllers for the Switch, they're like super futuristic versions of the Wii remotes. Yeah. And we played 1-2 Switch. And tell the folks what you thought of 1-2 Switch.
It was super fun.
Yeah, we did the samurai game where like we're trying to smack each other with samurai swords.
Yeah.
There was one where like we were like opening a safe.
Yeah.
There was
the plates. We had to juggle plates.
We had to spin plates.
Yeah.
And it kind of it felt very much.
Oh,
like
and then the dance move freeze.
Oh, we were because a lot of the games you're not looking at the TV screen, you're looking at each other.
Yeah.
You're doing all that fun, like we're trying to like copy each other's moves and stuff. And my wife had a little bit of fun. I found a game that we could play together. That you were genuinely having fun.
Yeah. Kicking your butt.
Yeah. She was beating my butt. She was beating. Oh, yoga. The yoga got my. Oh yeah, there's a yoga where you're supposed to hold it still, and like whoever moves first.
Nice.
Loses.
That's like the who can be quiet the longest in the car game.
Yeah, so the thing has like 30 or 40 games. We played about like 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah.
It was the one where like it was calling out commands and like the female voice would follow them, the male voice would do the opposite. Like I was like, oh, up, down, left, right. Like son of a bitch.
You won that one.
No,
one.
you won that one by 1, didn't you?
Or no, I
only won by 1. I thought I won by more. I was like, oh, I won by 1. That was a lot closer than it should have been.
It was so good though. It was so fun. I've never actually held a Switch control in my hand either.
You want to know?
Like it's so tiny.
I have to tell you the name of the controller. I wish it was called the Switch controller. These things are called Joy-Cons. Yes.
What?
Joy-Con.
The Joy-Con is tiny.
Yeah, like it doesn't. I'm not a fan of the Joy-Con because I have
It fits in the palm of your hand.
It fits in the palm of her hand. I can fit like 3 of them in my hand.
I want to eat it.
There's a game in that 1-2 Switch where like because one of them has a camera. So right here, there's a camera on the bottom of this thing.
Oh my god.
And so like you have to hold it up in front of your mouth and you're like, and there's an eating game.
What? So this little piece of technology is insane.
Yeah, it's blowing you away.
It really does. It blows me away.
If I hold them together,
they're amazing.
If I hold them together, it does all the same things as this thing does. So your standard controller, we still got all the same accoutrements.
Right. But in tiny versions.
In tiny form. That's why That's why I had to go and buy one of these deals for my Switch because I had to buy a normal controller because I have giant monster hands.
Yeah. So that's the thing. You can hold 3 of those Joy-Cons in your hand.
But I can't comfortably play.
1.
But I can't comfortably play.
No. That's why it's like playing on a BlackBerry or something.
I'm amazed when your godson Edward is able to play with them like this. I'm like, I just can't.
I think he was born with
the innate gaming ability.
Innate gaming magic hands.
He has a skill. He has the preternatural skill.
Yeah. I think you unfortunately blew out your hands while you were a basketball player.
I blew out my hands playing freaking Street Fighter. That's what I did. And now that I work in a video game warehouse.
Wait, you mean Street Fighter?
At the arcade.
Arcade? Oh yeah, because
you're
smacking those buttons.
And I have arcade sticks.
Yeah.
For the home, I have my arcade sticks for my Xbox 360.
That was fun. I used to really love it, like Centipede and like the ball and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Until I got like older and I was like, ew, everybody else has touched this too. And I kind of, you know me.
That's true. That you're thinking about the grand scheme of things. You're like, oh, how many snot-nosed kids? I was forced to think that way when I was starting to work for Nintendo because I had to go check on the controllers.
Right.
And I literally like spraying them with like freaking Lysol. Like I was just spraying like whatever disinfectant that Nintendo would send me. I'm like, okay. I'm like literally just spraying like rubbing alcohol on it. Like.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Because that was the bad thing about partially through the Wii, like, because the problem that Nintendo ran into with the Wii was a lot of people, like, remember I kept saying, oh yeah, it keeps talking about the little straps we need to wear. I'm like, oh, don't worry about the straps.
Yeah.
because people used to like just fling it around into their televisions.
Yeah.
And so later on, they made these like rubber or these silicone gloves that you put on them. And they started coming with all of them came with these silicone gloves. These Wii Remote jackets, as they were called, but they're basically Wii Remote condoms. But like over time, when I'd leave them at the store, it'd get pretty gross.
Sure.
Because they were clear at first.
Be yellow by the time.
Yeah. Yellow. Filthy. Gross. Yellow. There's like an entire civilization growing. And I'm like, why am I always getting sick as a Nintendo rap? That's sick. Because like, all these, I was doing a demo at a Best Buy and you just see these kids like walk up and they're just sneezing right into the controller.
Yeah.
And I was like, away from me, little demons.
Like spraying the cats. Spraying the cats off the counter.
Yeah, I'm spraying the children away from the controllers. Gross.
Spraying the death away.
Yeah, right. I think I ordered like 100 remote jackets after that from work. I'm like, I need 100. I need to replace every one of them every day.
Yeah.
It's gross. You know what's not gross? Following us on social media.
That's not gross.
It's not gross at all. You can follow me at DreGP Podcast. That works on Facebook. That works on Instagram. That works on, I feel like I'm forgetting one. Twitter. That works on Twitter. That's the one I was forgetting. You can follow all of my hijinks on the Twitters and the Instagrams and on Facebook if you're not watching this already on Facebook, like our wonderful friends like Daniel Wong and Kiat Pham and Rolando Morales and all of our Edward Garcia, all of our good friends who watch us live on Monday nights. You can help us. You can support me. You can support my wife. You can support my unborn child. Be like Daniel Wong and become a Patreon of Dre's Geek Philosophy Podcast. Go to patreon.com. Dre's Geek Philosophy Podcast. Just search for that, and then you can contribute. $1 a month can help pay for the SoundCloud fees of hosting the show. And if you do that, that's one less dollar I have to take away from my unborn child. One less Nintendo tchotchke I have to sell on eBay to
But so
pay
you don't feel bad, and if you don't have that, if you can't do that.
If you can't do that, you can always support the show by liking the show on Facebook, sharing our videos, liking the show, subscribing to the show on YouTube, following the show on Instagram, following us on Twitter. Just if you support us via social media, that works just as well. That's just as good as giving us some money. It helps spread the word, help become a beacon of Dre's Geek Philosophy, help share my philosophy around the internets. That way everyone can enjoy it and watch it and pass it on. You can listen to it because we record the audio version. We have this video version, which I'll have to import at work tomorrow because we don't have Wi-Fi here, so I'll have to import it at work from Facebook to YouTube and do all that fun stuff, the fun button pressing, all that fun stuff. We're here every Monday night. Pete Molina is taking his hiatus. We're not taking a hiatus. I'm here every Monday night. The only way I won't be here on a Monday night is if this child decides to be born on a Monday night.
That is not going to be on film.
That is not going to be on film. No. I will not disrespect my lovely wife by putting, hey, what's up? It's a Monday night, and guess what? We're having a baby.
No.
Hey, wife, let everybody know how you feel. Fuck you. Yeah, don't front. You will yell a hearty fuck you if I'm like live. I'm sure the hospital will
oh no. No cameras.
Cattle prod me.
No.
They will hit me with the clear. We'll be back. Put on my head.
Yeah.
Why does Daddy have brain damage, Mommy? Because he was being stupid at the hospital. So.
Oh man.
Be sure to follow us here. Every month we'll be here every Monday night. I'm still trying to figure out whatever other content I can do during the week while Pete Molini continues his sabbatical, his journey of self-discovery. Yeah. He is off on a journey, finding himself and finding a new way to do the Multiverse Comic Show. He's
on the mountaintop.
He's on the mountaintop.
His Tibetan comic book shop.
He's meditating and selling comic books. If you still want to support Pete Molini, you can always go down to Nostalgic Books and Comics in San Gabriel, California. He's still there every day. He's just not on here Monday nights and Wednesday nights.
He's busy.
He's a busy bee. He has a very busy October.
Yes.
His sister's sweet 16 is coming up. He has a wedding that he has to go to in October. He has many things that are occupying his time. Many signings at the shop and in preparation for the East LA Comic Book Art and Pop Culture Expo 2020. He's very busy. That's why he asked for some time off. That's why my lovely wife has filled in. That's why we have Crazy Pants Jai filling in last week. And many other, if any of you want to come and fill in, if you want to make the trek over here to Montebello, or someday I'll figure out how I can do the Skype thing. I don't know. I don't know what to do with my hands. What do I do with my hands?
Just put them down. Put them down. Say goodnight.
Say goodnight.
Say goodnight.
All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you. Thank you very much. We're not going to go on for an hour and a half like we did last week. Have yourselves a good night. We'll see you guys next week right here on Dre's Geek Philosophy Podcast. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.